Hey, it's Lee Dumas of EOFire, and it's the Entrepreneurial You, the show for dedicated and passionate Caribbean entrepreneurs seeking daily inspiration, brought to you by author, speaker, and award-winning entrepreneur Heneka Watkis-Porter. You must be prepared to ignite.
Coming up on this episode of the Entrepreneurial You,
Podcast is just in the audio form at its core, is a way that you can get out there and find shows that are very targeted in their content. So if you have a passion that you just want to spend your quote unquote driving time, or while you're out for a jog, or walking your dog, or folding laundry, or just doing anything that, you know, takes some of your attention but not all of your attention, then podcast is a great thing to listen to, because again, it's free, and there's a lot of people out there like Heneka and myself who are producing very passionate, targeted, great audio content on a day-to-day basis, and we're having a blast doing it.
welcome back to the Entrepreneurial You. I'm your host, Heneka Watkis-Porter. It has been a few months in the making, and we are finally here. Isn't that a wonderful thing? This is, in fact, episode 1 of the Entrepreneurial You podcast. I am so excited for you to join me on this journey. It is going to be super exciting. It is going to be a great one. It is one where we'll be experiencing many successes together. Each week, as I interview today's most passionate, dedicated, and successful entrepreneurs from all over the world, you will receive cutting-edge information to peak your performance. Our very first guest on the Entrepreneurial You is the host of EOFire, an award-winning podcast where today's most successful entrepreneurs are interviewed 7 days a week. He is indisputably the heavyweight champion in the ring of podcasting, interviewing over 1,400 entrepreneurs. And EOFire has over 1 million monthly listens. I'm extremely delighted to have John Lee Dumas as my very first guest. Welcome, JLD, to the Entrepreneurial You.
Heneka, I am literally fired up to be here.
Awesome. So we are preparing to ignite, right? I have a quick fun question for you, though. What is your favorite thing to do when you're not working?
I would say lay by my pool and read a fiction novel. I love doing that.
So now we're ready to rock and roll. Let's do it. You are, John, one of the most successful podcasters the world has seen. What problem did you want to solve when you began your podcasting journey?
So I was a consumer of podcasts. I loved listening to podcasts. The medium of being able to press play when I wanted to have targeted, on-demand, free content being piped through my earbuds at any time of the day was just awesome for me. And this kind of light bulb went off where I said, wow, I want to find a daily show that goes out and interviews successful entrepreneurs and tells their story so that I can learn from them. And Heneka, when I went to find that show, it did not exist. So I said, wow, that's a huge void in the marketplace. Why don't I step into that void, create that daily show, that show that I want to exist? And that was almost 5 years ago. That was EOFire. You know, we're approaching 1,600 episodes to date, over 45 million listens, and it's a multi-million-dollar a year business net profit.
So I don't even have to ask you why create a podcast. But many persons in the Caribbean, and we are targeting Caribbean listeners here. Most of our community members are from the region. And for some reason, when I talk about a podcast, I still get the, what is that? So break it down a little for those of us who are not quite sure what we're talking about.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm sure in the intro you probably mentioned something about this, but you know, I am officially part of the Caribbean myself. I, on May 1st, 2016, moved to Puerto Rico, where I reside full time. And I love this island. It's beautiful, and I've loved exploring different islands in the Caribbean as well. So that's been a lot of fun. And I'm excited to kind of bring maybe a little more awareness of this great medium of podcasting to the Caribbean and, just other countries that maybe aren't quite as aware of this form of audio content as other places. So for me, a podcast is just in the audio form at its core, is a way that you can get out there and find shows that are very targeted in their content. It might be business, it might be health, it might be history, it might be dance, gardening, you name it. There are podcasts in every single niche. So if you have a passion that you just want to spend your quote unquote driving time, or while you're out for a jog, or walking your dog, or folding laundry, or just doing anything that, takes some of your attention, but not all of your attention, then podcast is a great thing to listen to, because again, it's free, it's on demand, it's targeted content. And there's a lot of people out there like Heneka and myself who are producing very passionate, targeted, great audio content on a day-to-day basis, and we're having a blast doing it.
And I have said that I have learned from you. I must make that declaration. You're like my tutor, And
yes.
You are awesome, John. You're really awesome. Now I want to move into the Freedom Journal that you launched a couple years ago on Kickstarter. Share with our community, what is the Freedom Journal, and what gap did you identify in entrepreneurs that led you to create this product for the market?
Sure. Well, it was almost exactly 1 year ago to the day we launched the Freedom Journal on Kickstarter. And what the Freedom Journal is, it was basically a solution to a problem that my listeners of EOFire were having. Is my listeners were saying, John, we see that you're interviewing a successful entrepreneur every single day. What do these entrepreneurs have in common that makes them so successful? And after sitting down and doing a lot of deep thinking, I realized that successful entrepreneurs know how to set and accomplish goals, period. They all know how to do that. And entrepreneurs who are struggling with that very thing. So I took a year, it was all of 2015, to sit down and to study goal setting and goal accomplishing and everything in between until I mastered that topic. And then I sat down and created a guide, a step-by-step resource that people could follow to set their number one goal and accomplish that one goal in 100 days. Because that was one of the biggest things I found in my research was a lot of people fail because they set multiple goals and they don't have real timelines to accomplish these goals in. And it's just too much and it's overwhelming and it never works. So the Freedom Journal is bare bones simple. We all know that we have that one goal, that if we can accomplish that one goal, we can start a chain reaction of awesome in our lives. And so I give you 100 days and I give you a step-by-step guide within this journal to set an amazing goal and then accomplish it in those 100 days. And there's daily tasks, there's nightly recaps, there's 10-day sprints so that you can accomplish micro goals within your 100 days. There's quarterly reviews so that you can look back and see what's working, what's not. This is the guide to get you there. We've already sold over 19,000 Freedom Journals to date. And, we are continuing to sell, them by the dozens every single day. And just the goals that have been accomplished are staggering to see. It's so exciting. And I'm fired up to be able to contribute something like this to the world.
And if you were supposed to share, John, a number one pointer when we are setting a goal, what would that be?
When it comes to setting a goal, it has to be SMART. Now, what SMART is, it's an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. So I teach you at the beginning of the Freedom Journal how to set a SMART goal. And for a lot of us, it's the first time that we've ever set a SMART goal in our lives. And already you're ahead of 99% of goal setters out there that don't even know what a SMART goal is, or they might know what it is, but have never really sat down and done it. And then it's just a matter of following the 100-day step-by-step plan that I've created for you to accomplish that SMART goal.
And now you have the follow-up, which is the Master Journal for Productivity, Discipline, and Focus. Why was there the need for that?
So it's a great question. So when we launched the Freedom Journal and I just saw how excited and fired up people were to get their hands on this gorgeous hardcover faux leather journal that was just, it's a beautiful journal. I mean, it looks good. It feels good. It's in such high quality. It was really going back to the roots, and having people just fill it out every single day was like a great meditation, a great just process, a great part of their morning routine. I realized that I stumbled upon something that worked. So I said, okay, how can I take this to the next level now? And so the Freedom Journal, massive success, and it continues to be so to this day. But one thing that I did realize was that a lot of times after people were accomplishing this major goal, they were saying, okay, now how can I make the most of the fact that I just accomplished this goal? And I realized if they were able to be productive, disciplined, and focused every day, intraday, then they would win at even a higher level. So I created the Mastery Journal, which is all about you, the individual, mastering productivity, mastering discipline, and mastering focus in 100 days. And that's what the Mastery Journal is. It's a process. It's a system that you follow. And every single day, you'll learn how to master these 3 skills. You'll get more done in one day than you used to get done all week, just simply by following this system. Because again, I took an entire year, all of 2016 this time, to become a master myself within these 3 skills. Now I know how to be productive. I know how to be disciplined, and I know how to be focused. And the Mastery Journal trains you, the individual, to master these 3 skills as well in 100 days.
And for creatives, because we have a lot of creatives here in the Caribbean, I mean, music, fashion, so many other things. What would you say to creatives who just can't seem to focus for any extended period of time on any one project?
Hey, welcome to the world of being a human being. I mean, that's not just you. It's not just creatives. I hate to break it to you. It's all humans. We struggle with focus. We struggle with these things because we are human beings. It's something that we are born with. It's innate. It's a struggle, and it always will be. And guess what? That's not a bad thing, because those of us who are able to overcome that struggle and get a little bit better at focusing, we're going to win at a very high level. So just number one, don't be hard on yourself. Don't think that there's something wrong with you, because there's not. What's the reality with you is that you are a human being. You have faults and flaws like all of us do. Now, all you need to do is step up and follow the system that I've created to make the most out of these flaws and these faults that we have, and to really take the energy that we've been wasting for all these years and funnel it into a very focused manner. And that's what the Mastery Journal is. So don't be hard on yourself. Just realize, hey, I just haven't had the right system to guide me. Now you do. The Mastery Journal.
So awesome. Peak performers, if you're really struggling with focus, there is hope. All isn't lost. John, crowdfunding, because you've crowdfunded both the Freedom Journal and the Master Journal, which is now on Kickstarter. You crowdfunded both, right? It's still a new phenomenon, relatively new phenomenon in the region, the Caribbean region. I launched one recently and it failed relatively. So how can we prepare our campaigns for success for those persons who are considering that as a viable option?
Well, so number one of the benefits of crowdfunding is that you can prove the concept, or in the case of what you experienced, Heneka, you can disprove the concept before you spend time, energy, effort, and money creating that thing. That's kind of the core behind a crowdfunding campaign. Is you say, listen, I have this idea that I think people are going to like, but you never know until people actually take out their wallets and their billfolds and their purses and hand over money. That's the only true proof that something will work in the real world. So what crowdfunding does is it says, hey, if you are willing to support me now, you're going to get this product down the road. But unless you are willing to support this product, and enough people are willing to join you in this, then I'm not going to create it, because unless it's a big enough pain point that you are willing to part with your hard-earned dollars now for something that doesn't even exist yet, then I know that it's not a big enough pain point for me to focus my time, energy, and effort on. And so, Heneka, now you can take your time back that you would have been spending on that project, and you can try something else. launch another Kickstarter campaign that might fail again, but then launch a third one that might succeed. And now at least you know when you go into production or when you go into the work mode that you're creating something that people actually want and need and will part with dollars and cents for. So that's the power of crowdfunding, and that's why I went down this road with these journals, is because I know that my time is incredibly valuable, and I wanted proof before I went and found a manufacturer in China to produce thousands and thousands of these hardcover journals, only to find out down the road, oh my God, nobody wants these. I was not going to go down that road. So I was able to pre-sell over 9,000 Freedom Journals at over $453,000. And guess what? I knew going into production that I had these people that are already giving me money. And so that's what crowdfunding can do. It can prove or disprove ideas, saving you time.
And at this point, all our community members, I'm sure, want to get in touch with you. So I'm going to ask you, John, to leave your contact information, your social media pages. And if you have any giveaway for our community members, then feel free to share as well.
Yeah, so if anybody wants, they can actually download the first 30 days of the Mastery Journal completely for free. They just need to head over to eofire.com/support, and you can get the first 30 days of the Mastery Journal completely for free as a PDF fillable download. And if anybody wants to check out the campaign that's going on, themasteryjournal.com, you can learn more about it there. And our website where all of our social medias are, and we have a lot of free courses in podcasting, which Heneka, I believe you went through, a free course in webinars, a free course on how to create funnels, and a free course on goal setting. We have just free courses for you, the entrepreneur, the small business owner, at EOFire.com.
Thank you so much, John. It has been a pleasure. We have learned a lot from you. You've inspired us, and we want to say thanks to you for being a part of the Entrepreneurial You.
Heneka, you rock. Thank you.
So we've heard JLD passionately spoke about what it means to be a podcaster and how fulfilling that journey can be. He spoke also of productivity, discipline, and focus, and also about exploring crowdfunding as a viable option to accomplish our goals. What a time we've had. We thank John so much for spending time with us today. Peak performers, if you enjoy this free podcast, please show your love and support by heading over to HenekaWatkis-Porter.com and click in the subscribe in iTunes button and leave your rating and review. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, I'm Heneka Watkis-Porter. Remember, you were born to win.